Hi everyone. I would like to start my speech the way that I start all of my previous speech, which is by giving you one simple question. So let me ask, how many of you have ever felt loneliness, where you feel like you're outcasted by the society, you feel like your identity is invalid, you feel like you constantly have a negative outlook on your life because you delude yourself on the thought that you do not have anyone that would stay in hard times, that you do not have anyone that would support you for being who you are. Well, quite frankly, I do not. I never experienced this thing. You know why, baby? Because I have a lot of friends. I have a lot of social media followings. I'm pretty much popular on my campus, and I have a very healthy support system. And therefore, on this simple speech, I'm going to lecture you on how to become more like me and less like you. But I'm just kidding. I know how it feels like to be lonely. I mean, I used to be bullied once. I know how it holds you back from maximizing your potentials and being the best versions of yourself. However, this does not always have to be your fate. You actually have the power to turn things around. You could flourish yourself with all of the friends that you would make. Therefore, for the sake of your growth and your mental health, let me help you navigate your friendship, or should I call friendtimacy, and find the right support system. In order to do that, you have to first acknowledge that you're actually not alone. Wake up. You live in a globalized and heavily populated world. It is nearly impossible for you to really be alone with yourself. This applies both in real life and in social media. Yet, ironically, with all of this crowd, you will still feel lonely somehow. You know why? This happens because your brains are illusioned to be stuck in a blurry facade that you do not have any friends, that you feel lonely. It's just the way it is when you actually surrounded by a lot of people. Therefore, a solution that you may try is to break down that illusion and start to surround yourself with others. There are many ways that you can try. For example, you could reconnect with old friends, hit them up on social media, or you could even make new friends by interacting with other people that are stranger to you, quote unquote, or approach people on the street and initiate a light conversation. Once you have tried several of these things, you will realize that you're actually not alone and even surrounded by a lot of people. However, though, within the process, you should also acknowledge that every friendship are built differently, and most of them have different layers of intimacy as well. For example, some friendship are built upon passions and interests in movies and games, or even hobbies. This could look like in Korean pop fandom cherishing their idols, or crypto enthusiasts chatting over the Discord, or even as simple as classic Broadway enjoyer talking when they were waiting in line, waiting for their Broadway. Meanwhile, some friendships are built upon professional work and good cooperation, such as group assignments or business partners in office. And last but not least, some friendship are built upon emotional attachment within an accumulations of experience that they have gone through or the same grievances that they have mutually. This is the golden relations because no matter how different your background is, no matter how contrast you with other person is, because of the experience that you went through together, you could still compromise each other. Ladies and gentlemen, understand that through these different layers of relationship, there are also different sets of ethic or different sets of boundaries that you can cross. For example, you have to adjust yourself. You have to understand when you should be professional or when you could have fun. Being able to navigate this thing will make you realize that the world is not as gloomy and you will feel less lonely. Second, maintain the relationship that you have. When you already built a strong base of support system, it is in your best interest to not take these people for granted, so that so that you would not feel back into feeling lonely, into feeling gloomy in your slumber. According to Shasta Nelson, there are three components that acts as a foundation to maintain a healthy relationship, or should I call intimacy. What are those? Those are positivity, consistency, and vulnerability. Let's analyze one by one, all of the components. First and foremost, positivity. What do I mean by positivity? Positivity means that your relationship should spark fulfillment. It should give you a sense of validation so that you could feel acceptance and you could feel support from your friend. It does not always mean that you could not rant, you cannot whine once in a while in fear of being perceived negatively. Of course, you could still do that. Yet, constantly diluting your friendship in negativity by constant gossiping, whining, disrespecting, and constantly deleting your friends, it will only cultivate a lot of resentment between each other. At the same time, you have to manage so that the positivity is genuine and authentic, not fake. Next up, consistency. What do we mean by consistency? Consistency means that you have to be consistent in efforts to maintain the relationship. For example, to put it in an analogy that you may understand, you may encounter someone that you like to be around. You feel like both of you are soulmates. Yet, if you only met once and did not consistently met them, it will not become a friendship, right? Because both of you basically did not know who each other is behind all of the facade and behind all of the vicinity. Or another example, the reason as to why you became friends with your high school classmate, even if you have a lot of differences, was pretty much because of the fact that you consistently met them in class. Acknowledge that building and maintaining relationship is a mutual effort that should have been made by you and your friend consistently. You both of you should work together. This could be achieved by making time to hang out, keeping your promises, as well as being considerate with your friend's condition so that you did not randomly cancel the appointment. It would only hurt and would be very annoying to do. Last but not least is vulnerability, which means you're able to open and be vulnerable with your friend. It is in your best interest um, when you could articulate your feeling without being judged. However, please do not forget to push your opinions. Never do that. And never centralize yourself in every conversation. Let everyone have each of their own spot. With all of these three components that I've mentioned before, you will successfully maintain a relationship um, that where it would be the backbone of your support system. In conclusion, eliminating loneliness is achievable and you have the power to do it. However, this could only happen once you look up to the social horizon and realize that you're actually surrounded by a lot of people. Not to mention, maintaining the relationship with three key components, according to Shasta Nelson, will help you in in maintaining your support system. By doing so, you will be able to cultivate friendtimacy and in the end of the day, boost your growth wonderfully. Thank you for the kind attention. My name is Reza, and have a very nice day.